One-stop gig of Crowded House live at the power station. You're going to be on the show this evening. A couple of musicians from one of New Zealand's favourite bands, Crowded House. Neil Finn and Paul Hester. Welcome along to the show, guys.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yep.
You're looking well.
Thank you. You too.
Good.
Your new album, Woodface, we're getting a lot of play on radio and the show here. Why are you in Auckland with this one-off gig?
It's on the way to LA.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's you can get a good round-the-world ticket and you can stop wherever you want for as long as you like. And we thought, let's launch ourselves on the world tour in Auckland. You know, following the success of the rugger match, I think it was vaguely good timing.
It was safe to come back to New Zealand. It wasn't in mourning. It's in celebration mode, and we're here to capitalise on it. But last time we were supposed to come and play here at this power station. In fact, we were talking about doing a very similar thing last time, and we cancelled it because we had to go and we had commitments in America, and they all whinged about it so much that we're back this time. Yeah, no, we put it first. Bit of eagerness to see the brothers singing together again, so we thought it was only fair that we came back and sampled, you know, gave you a sample of it.
Fantastic. What's it like joining the Kiwi boys over here, Paul?
Well, you know, it's a lot of family and a lot of people come out of the woodwork, you know. People, it's a bit sad in some ways seeing these people claiming to be Neil and Tim's distant relatives and asking them for money and things. But apart from that, it's usually pretty good. You know, pretty friendly bunch over here, really.
Sure.
It's taken us a few years to warm to it, you know. We have felt a little alienated sometimes.
But Paul, you've invested in New Zealand.
I have, heavily,
Yes.
heavily. I put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to take a look at something from the first album, self-titled album, with a song called Now We're Getting Somewhere. It's about the mechanics of Crowded House, the personalities. How does it all work?
Oh boy, that's a deep issue. We'd have to take a whole hour documentary to get into that one.
We're figuring it out still. We're still figuring out. There's, you know...
It's complex. It's as juvenile and as trivial as getting annoyed with each other for, you know, being 20 minutes late. And it's as complex as it takes to record an album and which spans 3 months and actually survive, you know, I mean...
It's what it's about, survival.
Survival.
If you can stick together, that's it.
You'll prevail, and tolerance is the key issue, really. We've learned over the years to become tolerant of each other's little flaws and little habits, and
and good points.
You do that at your job? Do you feel like that with the people you work with? You know,
sure.
You learn to overcome that sort of.
You bet. Yeah. How does that cross over into the music industry, Paul?
Well, the music industry is based on people with no education who claim to know everything. So, you know, it's a pretty sad existence.
So do you set out to please them, or do you write songs and play music that...
Yeah, we keep away from the big sort of party schmooze sort of vibe of the music industry, I think, you know.
But we don't set out to initially to please anybody other than ourselves.
Yeah.
I know everybody says that, and it's actually a bit confusing for people, because obviously we're aware of wanting to have successful records, but I think when you're writing a song, when you're getting a song ready, you're rehearsing, you're recording, you've got to be only first and foremost aware of pleasing yourself, and at that point there's a good bet that other people are going to like it as well.
Sure. We're taking a look at a band who's fairly strong.
There's a little bit of solo voice in there. I'm sorry to jump in on you, but
please do.
That belongs to Bones Hillman, who used to be in the Swingers and used to be a house guest of ours for about a year and a half. And we actually got him that job in Midnight Oil. I've got to say, I've got to take credit where credit's due.
Save the oils.
Save the oils. But fine young New Zealander, Bones, is now residing in Midnight Oil, and he actually does a little bit of solo singing in that song there.
You've recently been lobbying with Peter Garrett against the Australian government's price surveillance authority. How's that going?
It's an incredibly unpopular position to take, because on the one hand they're telling people in Australia that prices of records are too high, which they probably are, and they're saying that they can knock $8 off it, and we're saying they're trying to take away copyrights in order to do it, and so we're up there complaining about it basically, and we're facing headlines like "Rich pop stars prop up industry rip-off."
Yeah.
So, you know, it's an unpopular decision, but Garrett's in there. He's always in there taking the heat, and
it's come around.
No
it's swung around.
It has swung around.
Popular opinion had been bad. The press haven't really. It's a hard issue to explain in a short time. You have to actually concentrate and take a bit of time to figure it all out. So it's not very easy to put your case across, but it's a lot easier to make it seem like a vote catcher, which seems to be happening.
Sure. We're going to come back very short and something from Guns N' Roses off their Appetite for Destruction album.
I'm sorry.
Tell us a little bit about what it was like separating from Tim. You spent a lot of time together and then you spent a lot of time apart. How was that for you?
Well, we needed to be apart for a while in terms of our music, because I joined Split Enz when I was 18 and I really needed some time to sort of go and do it myself.
Right.
And similarly with him, he needed to get away from Split Enz. He'd been doing it for 12 years and that was a burden in a way. So he went to England to discover some more about the world and about himself, and he did that. And but when he came back, I think we had a great desire to work together again. We really enjoyed singing together, and we found ourselves writing songs for the first time ever, basically through this great desire and a great openness suddenly to work with each other. A lot of the old roles had broken down and we were very, you know, free in terms of what we were prepared to do in front of each other, in terms of throwing lines and embarrassing yourself, which you have to when you're writing a song, you know. So it was a very productive 2 weeks we spent writing songs, and as a result of that, he's now in the band.
Did that just happen? I mean, was, you know...
Well, it didn't just happen because there was lots of factors leading up to it, but really the songs were the main reason it happened.
Right.
If we hadn't discovered we could write together, and these songs that eventually appeared on the record hadn't been written, I don't think we would have considered it as an option.
Right. It was going to be the Finn brothers. I understand, Paul, you got dragged in for drumming on one track and then...
Yeah, I was nosing my way around there.
Yeah. Worming his way into the Finn Brothers project, and all of a sudden it was Crowded House.
Sure.
So,
coming up right now, we've got something from our...